What's wrong? You're not going to spoil our little party?
Our party was spoiled a long time ago.
Happened to me like this since I was a kid. Something nice happens, and it always manages to get messed up.
Dead awake, the weather's been heather gray. Today I'll give a buck to a bum, then I'll pet a stray. Today I may adjust to the muddle and disarray. I read this off a water-stiffened page from a rather wicked place. Be that as it may, still don't be led astray. Taking all of the grace that we demonstrate. I have never been content with second place. I could pay my rent by selling lemonade. I'll pay the freight and then I'll descend into the affray, and hope that what I say could resonate, or even ricochet. Either way I'm touching base. We could either set a pace or run in place. We could render obsolete or acclimate. I dub Bob Bobalina and Benita Applebum on every tape in second grade, cause I was fly to say I dropped top dollar on a Jimmy Paul Miotti painkiller Jane. Traded it for shut 'em down bionics and bionics, okay. I used to wear a shirt in the pool, then I would run and duck for cover inside. I used to blush, I turned purple and blue, then I would soak under a colorless sky. I threw a fit when all my succulents died. You're dealing with a true hunk of a guy. I recycle, repeat, and vote independent, but I ain't really trying to compete in the woke Olympics. Practice what I preach and never leave shit open-ended. Not to be a broken record, but I don't wanna waste your time with anecdotal excerpts. You heard it from the anti-social network. Made a copious effort over breaks that make your neck hurt. My audience co-eds in Patagonia sweatshirts and Tiva buckles. Couldn't tell you what exactly this is leading up to. Belly trouble, blowing milk of magnesia bubbles. Pardon me. I'm seeing double off the single malt. I lay a verse like salt base, sprinkle salt, drop, call, signal lost. And I'm not withholding a single thought. The kid is a sophisticate of intermittent loss. There's no cheat code that'll kill the biggest boss. Whip wisdom out of wounds, beat bullies into broth. Okay, I just took in a breath of engine exhaust. Got voids to fill, destroy and build. I'm shirtless on a bucket, pulling ducklings out of oil spills. Stuck in an industry that ignores skills. It would be Christianly of you to sit and listen. You could fill this ball cap with 6 more bills. I've been working, I've been busking, I've been indoors still. Somebody inform hell, yo, your boy's climbing out of the void. Composing the ungodliest noise. I never learned the difference of teriyaki and soy. It's a mystery I've remained even partly employed. That's only proof that no matter what troubles are in front of you, that there's always a call to rejoice. And give thanks. And celebrate until you run out of cake. And give thanks. And celebrate till you run out of cake. For once I'm actually on the upswing, but one thing I know for sure, nothing's permanent. And if there's one thing I ought to be confronting, I'm caught up in the allure of superlatives. For once I'm actually on the up and up, but one thing I know for sure, it's all ephemeral. I spend most days braced for a clusterfuck, and so I drown in technicolor and chemicals. In full bucket brim, Roy Batty Whittles Peak, from Missoula to Mount Jupiter in the middle seat. Schitt's Creek, one man rowing team, winner keeps all. It always seemed rigged from the launch. Every 24 is fixed from the dawn. Stuck indoors, fixed on a distress call. Now I'm feeling like I'm buried to my neck up in my lawn. Every second more insufferable than the one before it. Not kidding you. Pursue another wonderland to slip into. Vegetate, turmeric and ginger root. Put me under spells, I can survive winter too. Unless you want a real live permanent Tom Cruise interview. You can find me in the finest dollar bin spots. The geriatric still practicing his Millie Rock. I've been applying hymns drops to my thin spots. Take me to your leader and I'll take him to the cleaners. Cause a geezer got heaters, don't sweat me for a feature. I'm busy getting ketchup on my t-shirt. Getting busy while the treble echo out the bleachers. Tinker with the bass with a Bunsen and a beaker, yeah. For once I'm actually on the upswing, but one thing I know for sure, nothing's permanent. And if there's one thing I ought to be confronting, I'm caught up in the allure of superlatives. For once I'm actually on the up and up, but one thing I know for sure, it's all ephemeral. I spend most days braced for a clusterfuck, and so I drown in technicolor and chemicals. And once again I'm crawling into my cups until an unrelenting sense of dread swallow me up, soon followed by a sick and barely audible yuck. Can't say I'm not offended, I expected as much. Snaggletooth, puncture in a can of soup. A perfunctory effort to act natural, and everything I know and love stuffed in a catapult, shipped off fluttering into something that's flammable. a lot more agita, less affable. I should advise you to stand back a bit. I'm kinda sorta becoming an abstractionist. I whip a rapper into a stew and I'll sample it. I got a friend Mitchell, he a sick little gem. Seen him juicing apples, leaving on his stickers and stems. Seems to me we actually found a secret of Zen, smothered under Vindaloo on top of unleavened bread. Nunchuck table tennis at the Poppin' Rock. Underarm farts in the opera box. But now I'm deep in it as an aquanaut. Underwater pump me with a couple 100 megawatts. Whoa. Actually on the upswing, but one thing I know for sure, nothing's permanent. And if there's one thing I ought to be confronting, I'm caught up in the allure of superlatives. For once I'm actually on the up and up, but one thing I know for sure, it's all ephemeral. I spend most days braced for a clusterfuck, and so I drown in technicolor and chemicals. Yo, somebody sift me out the rubble. Bioshock, 5 o'clock stubble. Lion rider, pick up a grift, gimmick or hustle. Like I ain't got a full deck of 52 to shuffle. Hitherto I'm ruffled, but as of late been acting oddly. You should have seen me back when I could land an ollie. I was full of gall, guts, grit, and moxie. Now all I do is sit and talk shit through a pop screen. TDMing on we. Peter, you've become a pirate. Succumb to lust and abruptly sully your diet. Do not attempt to adjust your receiver wires. Trust me, you don't wanna see me overturn my eyelids. Truly, I could really use some human kindness. Excluded from the upper crust and pious, I mean. I'm either zoot suit, riot, or radio silent. I mean, I need new moon boots and new snow tires. I'm cool at ducking spotlights and sirens. I'm here to chew bubblegum and usurp tyrants. Soothsayer science, UFO and Sasquatch sightings, and good tidings. Yo, I don't wanna talk about crypto. I wanna reinstall Cakewalk onto 98 Windows. My body ain't a temple, it's a rental. Hardy misanthrope, I thought he hit the coverall at Body 8 Bingo. Troglodyte, schizo, you're talking to a fossilized crystal. I'm talking through a beak made of Pringles. Burned you on a beat to any tempo. Carry the combined heat of 98 Zippos. Origami crane through your window. Could I be the best? Let me check. Does DMX potty train pit bulls? It ain't as simple as a beta in a fishbowl, but all I hear is face tat and tiny brain bimbos. I heard about your record release, but to be honest, I kinda would rather ingest bleach. I'd rather inject dope into a vein in my feet. Speaking of which, they're pretty gross. I think it's called varicose.
Dude, you know they have treatment for that, right? Like you could just go to a doctor and get help with your varicose veins. I mean, do what you want. I'm just saying.
I still haven't tried agave yet, man. I steer clear of cigarettes, Nazis, and Kanye West fans. Yellow bellies and ombre sweatpants and Def Jam founders surrounded by Sean J headbands. Left hand 3-card money, right hand lights out, no R Padre. Ponzu and the cadres of undercooked Ponzi, schemes with wet dreams of pushy paparazzi. For the record, I could never land an ollie. Hand of Fonzie,
just don't like getting hurt.
Kamikaze cowardice, love on dead stock. Wrestle with my conscience, got his mug in a headlock. Spot full of skin jobs on TikTok. Pandering, giving barrel bottoms a rim job. I'm practicing dim mop while eating bibimbap and a mint sob. Seance with Brim Rock to bring back Bismarck. Hip hop is a place we don't relish the truth. I give real rebels salute, no levels to prove. I kill my demons in 7 games and devil in 2. And I may be a piece of shit, but I'm still better than you. Yep.
1, 2. I wish the lady upstairs would stop doing the dishes. Messing up all my takes. Note to self. Don't do any dumb shit, cause stone fruit jelly shows up in your thumbprints. And never talk gully over loops and drum kits, cause some chumps might press you with a function, you know. You ought to take calculated risks, throw away your Blu-rays and invest in Laserdisc. Learn to ignore your landlord's facial tick, and just avoid it when you pay your rent. Simple, you should have struck it rich. You shouldn't choke on a Japanese puffer fish or any other dish. And don't forget to use an oven mitt. And don't forget to overthrow your government. Think about it. You should learn a two-step on tempo. You shouldn't follow your ex on Venmo. You shouldn't bottle up stress down a bottle of your best and become a drunk mess that'll explode. And make a habit of opening mail. And maybe ingest less donuts than kale. And maybe work a practical meal in your grocery bill. And cook with more rosemary and dill. You're welcome. And that's my advice to you. I don't mean to tell you anything you already knew, but I ain't get to be getting old man acting a fool. Hold out your hands while I'm offering jewels and say no. And that's my advice to you. I don't mean to tell you anything you already knew, but I ain't get to be getting old man acting a fool. Hold out your hands while I'm offering jewels and say no.
Man, I might hibernate all winter. Pop up March 1st, new inventions. Do it our way, it's the only heirloom. But you are treated like your girl's new hairdo. Little disappointed, but I still look fly. Gotta remind myself, I did what I tried. Got the badge, got the license, deed and keys. I don't wanna talk stats when they owe us G's. I've never met an Elvis fan in my life. Just saying. Son is in their top 5. Probably nothing but wasps in that hive. Siri and Alexa, how's about a Minaj? Both remind me, mine beats for kicks and snares. I only make beat tapes to pitch to share. Elton John and Seal, MCs don't care. Cause without a right to it, they are fully aware. I've heard all the classics and this compares. I've heard lots of rapping, but dudes are squares. Why take stock in that? Ain't shit to share. I don't know what a brick costs and I don't care. PZ.
And that's my advice to you. I don't mean to tell you anything you already knew, but I ain't get to be getting old man acting a fool. Hold out your hands while I'm offering jewels and say no. And that's my advice to you. I don't mean to tell you anything you already knew, but I ain't get to be getting old man acting a fool. Hold out your hands while I'm offering jewels and say no.
Classify your music.
Oh man, unheralded, on the shelf, unbought, unknown, undesirable, unknown,
on the shelf.
Return, available.
Life is all of a piece. I tried to sever ties with all of my needs, but then was thrown to my knees. I can acknowledge what's important for me. Practice just a little amor fati. I can live a little in, a little out of body. Probably. The leaves change, never stay the same color. Let the seasons shift, sift out the shame. Hear a fallen leaf, sing out your name, lay at peace.
That's when I take a knee, until it's all love, peace, and fish fillet of grease. I find a pocket like a snot rocket in a handkerchief. I think it's plain to see and fair to say whoever made this beat of me are basically inflicted with the same disease. Good gracious me, if it ain't who they came to see, I'm either floating aimlessly or focused as a laser beam. Now give me space before I bake your beans. I'll deliberate, sit and debate on why I'm held to such great esteem.
I got shelves full of books I may never finish. I'm constantly bearing witness and thinking of paying penance. When you laugh, I should pay attention. When I'm full, I should get the message. Life's a pleasure.
Yo, and my confession is that I'm presently peckish. I passed on a continental that was mental. It wasn't meant in jest when I suggest we reassemble. I'm penning this penny dreadful to the temple of legends of hidden temple.
The universe has done me great kindnesses. I write this in turn. See, lately I've been living out that live and learn. I sift through plus and minuses, but all that does emerge is a straw man fit to burn.
Word, to whom it may concern, signed, sealed, allotted, all offers have been upturned. I'm a work in progress. We are beasts of burden in search of meaning and purpose, so we contemplate on what's beneath the surface, and we put the work in.
Laugh loud, laugh honest, suffer phone withdrawal as a self-care project. Listen to Andy Bay for what is good, what is cosmic, then playfully disregard it. If you're suffering, enjoy it. If you're melancholy, write it in the memory for your moment. If you're feeling jolly, let that live inside your body, only to be passed along to passers-by with passionate emotion. Slapping it down like paw motion, cascading sound. Lost can be found, but be sure to be horsing around. I mean, surely he's horsing around.
But I'll settle for drawing a quarter for now. You great gazoos ought to get off of my cloud and take this into account. Why kick a fella when he's already down? Curtsy and bow until it's off with his crown. Took an alternate route. You heard his style go from a bark to a howl. My attitude's akin to Oscar the Grouch. My name ain't hard to pronounce. I'm not a player, I just talk a lot. Yo, I'm not a prayer, I just talk to God. I need a sign to know it's not been off or not. I deem my peas and porridge in the pot, thanks to Dave, Mace, Paul, and Pot.
It's not been off or not, opportunity is gonna knock. When it does, make sure you're Johnny on the spot. All this rapping for a living doesn't give unless you give it all you got. If you're working, coming home shot, you've got no shot. Every tear that's in the bucket goes plop. I'm not trying to give away the whole plot, but fill up your toilet with your single malt scotch. Flush away your roadblocks, point your gold watch. My girl don't like me in the house with no socks. She says it causes colds, God knows. I've so much faith in information, I intuit I could do it with my eyes closed. I'm nested in the middle of the Brooklyn psychos. Could bike for 40 minutes, peep the Brooklyn cyclones. Side note, you might have heard my shows need proof of X. There ain't no truth to that.
Now listen to me.
All right, I'll listen.
Good. Not that I know anything about this, but,
You seem to know a lot about it.
come again?
About it.
We'll take a walk, you'll talk, and I'll listen.
About it.
Do you want me to repeat it?
I listen to what he's got to say.
All in praise of idleness, crouching hidden tiger fist. I'm overworked and short circuit in my microchip. Pocket full of Dryger lint, body full of vitamins, and I should probably look into retirement soon. I body rock the Johnny in June. Throw a rager, flip a table, cut the audio tool, straight up demolish the room. Probably karate kick a hole in the moon. Gee golly, lot of people call me Mr. Magoo. The most 3-job workingest. Briefcase, knee sock, garter clips. I've been known to murder shit since I was a Snaggletooth. Meat wild burping up Gerber bits with no sense of object permanence. I'll probably kick the bucket undiscovered while I drink the shittiest whiskey and piss mystery colors. And I never really worked well with others. Now get the fuck out of my office.
Everybody out, please.
For heaven's sake, cement me in the cannon. Book me for your mitzvah, kidnap me for the ransom. Redirect the quibble, sidestep, run the gambit. Never been much of a grifter, I've been drifting in a basket.
Excuse me.
So come and fetch me in a wagon here. Take 2 pills, break wind through silk. Blackened haddock on a bed of jasmine. And for the love of Pete, please dampen up the flame while I'm rapping, that'd be dope. Wrap package with the ribbon and bow. With a Jeff Loeb ticker time bomber disclosed. I'll be your captain and I'm rocking your boat. Now we're drifting, all systems a go. Ain't that a kick in the throat? It goes 21 Taco Bell, sour cream gun salute. Undo all of my brain spun screws. Righty tight and lefty loose and nothing to it. Keep it moving, nothing to see here.
Now listen to me.
All right, I'll listen.
Good. Not that I know anything about this, but,
You seem to know a lot about it.
come again?
About it.
We'll take a walk, you'll talk, and I'll listen.
About it.
Do you want me to repeat it?
I listen to what he's got to say.
Warped as a wobble in your vinyl. Breath like a belly up, body in a bayou. Hadouken half-wits in the Ryus. And that's unless you feel so inclined to click the link in this bio, I defy you. To walk like an elephant in my shoes. Drudge through all of the muck and murk. I built a boogeyman out of dust and dirt. Now he ghost writes all my non-fiction works. I ain't the most bright in light of my kinks and quirks. I step to the mic like I'm God's gift to earth. I was sent to dismantle it, I'm seeking new management. In a clean glass ceiling to press ham against. A cast iron pan to paddle you left-handed with. A needle worker to assert me into fashion with. I'm in the way, I'm underfoot and worst of all misunderstood. And if you're lucky, I'll be done for good.
Yeah, go on back to work.
And pardon me for the noise, but it's your boy, and I'm trying to crawl out of the void. The sort of move I usually ought to avoid. I'm generally paranoid, withdrawn and annoyed. Found a crux in a case, I found a fault in the soil. I uncovered the data to make you wince and recoil. Like it's film noir, like he like his heart hard-boiled. Relinquishing his oodles of O's and peas porridge. The pot simmer, then I fizzle out of orbit. Sick hitchhike thumb summoning a starship. Yo, cinder block boots in a tar pit. And everything is garbage.
Now, tell me, was that all right?
How you like it?
You I don't like.
I have to tell you it's no good.
Maybe it ain't.
It's beautiful. Thing like this has to be special made.
Now, tell me, was that all right?
It's beautiful. Must have cost plenty.
Now, tell me, was that all right?
Get out of here before I knock your brains in. All right, it's over.
Proceed with caution and care. Selling art is only auctioning air. The better parts of you are delicate and harder to share. They might be targeting to carve a circle out of your square. I fell apart and lost a limb. I wish that you had offered to spare. I kinda wish that you'd get out of my hair. My ex told me go to hell. I reminded her I'm already there. Been in decline better parts of a year. My friend Mitchell ought to run for Albany's mayor. I take bad news better in pairs. I take baths in a bucket of barf. I take valerian root and magnolia bark, you know. I'm reading Spawn hunched over on a lawn sofa, and every onlooker's bulking in my body odor. Lawnmower over everything I fawn over. I need a six-pack, I need broader shoulders. I need sleep, I need to keep at least a week sober. I need to keep my receipts in manila folders. I need a cohort to speak to me in code words. I keep meaning to retweet Patrice colors. News anchors say the wind chill's up. I just bricked another windmill dunk. My kitchen cabinets are desolate and cavernous, and nothing really matters, so I whistle in the wind till dusk. And truthfully my heart is sick, and when I ruminate my fingers turn to Arthur fists. Should've chewed over the finer and the larger print. I just put a deposit on a starving artist starter kit. I even use 2 stamps, and maybe we can start a label and recruit new bands. Or maybe I could land a scholarship at Miskatonic College and recite Cthulhu chants. I'll sit and read between 2 lamps in piss jeans and doo-doo pants. Maybe I'll bore you to death, maybe I'll induce trance. Maybe I'll take more chance. I've never seen The Graduate or True Romance, so probably never accurately execute those plans. But I could probably chop a sample up with judo hands. I know that you know damn well the dude don't dance, but I might flip a switch and remove pants. I'm just in my apartment and I'm watering plants with rainwater I collected in cans. I ought to schedule a mental exam, but I'm doing the best that I can. Clap your hands, 1, 2. Consumer game. Born a stupid human being with a computer brain. Packing noodles away from tracking the new terrain. Pack up all his gear and disappear behind a moving train. Every breath is a benison, there ain't two the same. Less you're assuming room temp, how could you complain? Set the roof ablaze, the dollar is too ingrained. Might have to open up a vein and watch the fluid drain. I only speak in jest, deflect and redirect. Disheveled Adidas sweats, mental hygiene arrest. It's never linear, it's a game of release and catch. Keep your limbs in a vehicle, never feed the rats. Here's how I decompress, depression the demoness. She withholds her affection and never seems impressed. A week or two in the sun and then when you least expect, you get a sense of her ascending up your creaking steps. Tell her to be your guest, she'll make a meal of your iniquity and feed on your regrets until her needs are met. I'm refilling this prescription at the CVS. Pending further permission, I'm not receiving guests. I wrote a rap to the BPM of my heaving chest. Full speed ahead, we're set to be read and wept. Never short of chat forums to critique your best. Migraine like a scramble in your TV set. The truck stops, shamans say to not follow behind them. They'll spin a yarn to make a noodle of your spinal column. I woke up underneath empty bottles and top ramen. JD Salinger for resume with love and squalor. Hail Marys, alhamdulillahs and amens. Wasabi almonds and pods with John Hodgman. Reading from a book of spells, bohemian cooking smells. I might recite an ancient hymn to make your top spin. and I'll incinerate them. The wave patterns a brain-shattering illustration. My gray matter is cake batter with hidden layers. A mind data mundane chatter in everydayness. To make matters a little bit more complicated, mistakes happen in waves from the rain that you wait in. You're either running up a fade or you're catching the vapors. Take it back to the basement. Super fresh at NES, I do damage in 8-bit. Let me reiterate this. Could be mistaken, but I might be the actual greatest. How I'm making a splash and I'm actually weightless. I remember when MCing was actually dangerous. Who shot Pac and Big and what happened in Vegas? I drew up a topographical map of the Matrix. I grew up can screw up with no information. Goliath and David, Paul Atreides and Jameis. Bard the Bowman and Smaug when he crashed in a lake.
No. We're not doing that.
What? Doing what?
Bard the Bowman? You really about to drop a reference about a guy from Lord of the Rings?
Well, I mean, first of all, he's from The Hobbit, so...
Here we go.
He kills Smaug, he's awesome.
Okay, nobody knows who Bard the Bowman is.
Actually, they made like 3 movies out of The Hobbit, so I think people are familiar, at least.
Nobody wants to hear anyone rap about Dune or the least interesting character from Lord of the Rings.
All right, cool. Glad you believe in my idea here.
Dude, you're like 35 years old. Don't you have anything else to talk about?
32.
Oh my god.
Backflip when your ball cord shatter the pavement. I only listen to Petey Crack in Attica basement. I only write a bar a week if it's weak, I erase it. You wanna see me, then pull up with a capital status. If you happen to play this, be it a Benz or a Jeep or a Prius, even a Kia, I mean it, I appreciate it. You should take it with a grain of Himalayan. I tend to put it overcomplicated to the layman. I'm tender-footed with a tendency to seek an aiming. I wrote a neat arrangement on a rolling semi-weighted. Hey yo, the steam chasing made it know they ain't carried the weight yet. Makes you wonder why these amateurs cashing a paycheck.
I go to church in a hazmat suit and a snapback, mouth full of brass tack, soup in a trash bag, black flag planted like a regular Henry, hashtag sad sack, nothing offends me. I'm scared of both Bloods and Crips. Politicians are made of all tongues and lips. I have brunch with punks and second lunch with chicks to tell tech bros to go live in sunken ships. I may use a tad of pretense. I like the outcomes and the sequence. Bummed at the end of the season. I don't stand for the anthem or the Pledge of Allegiance. Not handsome like a dancer to Regis or Jesus in the perfect light while reciting Ephesians. I don't lose sight of the reasons. I make beats for the rebels and heathens, not devils or demons or any bellowing cretins. I bet the baby was a hell of a fetus. Don't gel with consumers of white strips. I don't dance to the rhythm of nightsticks. I might rip the sky with a right fist if I hear another white kid blathering like this.
Yo, it's pimpulating. Hallelujah, holla back. John Brown, the king of the burbs. Represent when you know what it is.
Death by 1,000 cringes. I get down to the sound of syringes. Automatons ask, can I get a witness? Well, that doesn't sound like your fucking business.
Yo, post no bills. Today's papers say that Acme left no will. The Aggie narrators in my head won't chill. I'm full of chamomile with aloe meat and Pepto pills. The techno priest decoded my recent past, and now I only dream in monochrome, green and black. And now I only run on solar heat and zebra fat. The drip is homeless chic, cobra teeth and beaver hats. Demeanor notwithstanding a rather decent chap. This dinner is missing something like European jazz. Might have to run a fine comb through every crease and crack, and every glitch they find will wind up on a legal pad. I think it's funny when goats faint and pump with any break that ain't pathetically post-Drake. Pocket comb, shank, brass knuckle, and sword canes. I'm sinking all your battleships and warplanes. My lady saved me a warm plate. She told me that she loved me, but I'm ugly in corpse paint. I hate to be shortchanged, was trained to ignore pain and chase a paper boat through a storm drain. Yo.
Listen to Paraffin. I watch Angelo Moore open his suitcase and start playing the theremin. I root against Merrill Lynch. I root against the Orlando Magic and Eric Prince. I root for people don't root for. Lou Dort should shoot more. Dr. Ruth was born on June 4th. Mandolin acquired noon course. You either food or use brute force. That makes no sense if you're skull dense. Time travel on a postmodern moped and criticize capitalism with your broke friends on a coke binge. Fine, don't then. You should improve your sleep hygiene. You should spike your coworkers cold brew with Visine. You should mute the boomers on TV arguing about Kyrie. Study Tai Chi, drink chai tea. Charles Oakley didn't retire Toronto Raptor. And crying wolf doesn't make you a crisis actor. I need acupuncture, I need a chiropractor. Not every verse is my final chapter. Not every rapper is an extrovert. Not every elitist is a leftist nerd. Not every lonely sociopath has no one left to hurt. There's no waves left to surf.
Life's a postpartum survivor. The resource of old dog is the driver. Different story if Harold wasn't a minor. Thinking sweet tear more than an enamel lining. Anxiety got snipers on the roof. Headshots, know it's cobras and vipers on the loose. I ain't licensed, but I'll drive this knife until you blue. You react like Bernie Lomax when playing tunes. Shoot first, can't afford to lose. And I won't miss, already know the rules. Mellow my rap tone, still stick a hook through your backbone and curve it through your asshole. Hang you like Nana's favorite blouse. Looking like gymnasts when I bow. You should see my face when I turn around. Grimace with a smile. Don't need a village to burn this village down.
Float therapy, sensory deprivation, tank grease paint, clown warily lift manhole covered, thinking the world's scaring me. That's what we call it overseas. In America, you call it kerosene. In America, millionaires shoot it out $5,000 jeans, designer belts over little things, yes. But keep letting them small things slide and don't be surprised when you lose your eye. It's a dangerous thing to see in the land of the blind. Dadaist repurpose the verses right after they're rhymed. It doesn't matter who drives or how many lives you relived, how many times fate just waits. Or sometimes fate cuts the line.
Not much luck, huh?
Sure, all bad.
Pain made me lose my head, I guess.
No, don't try to stop me. Just expect me.
Oh, by the beard of the prophet, stick up kids and pickpockets. An old two stumble in a homeroom mobbing. Belly up, center of a crust punk mosh pit. I hung with the dopers and goth kids. Never in control of his process. Tiptoe into a never-ending shit show with a toxic subconscious. Cold sweat, vertigo, and nausea. Equipped with a menacing grin. I like single origin coffee that's bitter as sin. Tell a lady love that I'm only a kiss in the wind. Then go and dance with the devil on the head of a pin. Last word from my Sharia more when I pass on, ferment my brains in a jar. For now I need bread, water, iron, and nuggets, and I won't confirm or deny. Curdle inside when I look myself in the eye, so I waste time imbibing bourbon and rye. And I'll write your name in the sky, cause you're much more worthy than I. 1, 2.
What'd you say?
Oh, nothing, just thinking out loud.
People get in trouble for doing that.
What's your name?
Wow, you're really traveling, aren't you?
Well,
but if you want to see a real scar, brother, get a load of this.
Breaker 1-9, man down. Cut a check for the washed up sad clown. Hairline recedes and deep crease tween brows. I've been out, caught a free couch on a rebound. Collecting L's and beat downs, I'm a wreck. Depress each crowd in every town, I'm a mess. Jet propel me out of bounds. Scotch need in a pit of wet concrete. And I know I'm gonna regret when the bile in my belly bubble up to my neck. I don't return calls, I don't repay debts, I don't open up mail, I don't 1-2-step. Thinking this is probably just about as good as it gets. Things switch from bad to badder. I've been chopped and screwed, I've been bruised and battered. I've been crushed by another cartoon piano. What more could I ask for? What more could I ask you for? What more could I ask for? What more could I ask you for? What more could I ask for?
look, I'll tell you what. You stay put out there, I'll come to you.
What more could I ask you for?
Train? Who knows? Train, plane, bus.
Listen, mister, I've been around, and I know a wrong guy when I see one.
Now, wait a minute. What I told you was true. You see, that's why I had to do it.
Done with your coffee?
No. And don't rush me, will you?
Broken glass, smoking half full of empty promises. Crew chock full of doubting Thomases. Toss 10 sad doves into vanilla skies. Make rap songs while my girls make Thriller eyes. Bitter pills, washed down with bitter pride. A face the killer vibe, disgraced but still alive. Grill made of Legos, flask full of kefir. Still life in dad shoes, plaid hat and t-shirt. Axe at it wakes, focus on microbiomes. Tweet into the void, 0 likes in every time zone. Let me shut my stupid pie hole. Everything I've ever known I've looked up on my iPhone. Every diagnosis needs a toast. Presuppose the people don't need your preacher tone. Wrote this feature poem out of 3 senior quotes. Told Jesus he could beat it. I don't believe in ghosts, nope.
Psychedelic gummy worm, a second helping of the alchemy to make all the receptors in my tummy burn. I had a dream again. The fire readers agree to greet me and my Achilles heel again at every turn. Yo, so we meet again. I'll sing for my supper, sue me for a sample, slide me for a stutter. I would stumble and attempt to match the timing of a drummer. Now I'm lining up the planets to collide with one another. All you die is every color, a quest to rediscover. I've been busking underneath a mile of debris and rubble that's deep. I'm essentially a serum to the scissor, till every sand yachty vert, steer into a blizzard. Stand deliver, I let it reconfigure. I'll wreck you at tech and even with button mash blisters. Alright, moving on. I've got a brother that's a cop and another that's a full-blown QAnon. The true and living, I kick the wickedest writtens. I'm either doing dishes or busy Googling symptoms. I'll do a duet, dueling intricate rhythms. Enough, check some, lose some, win some.
So we small chat, the bon fidis, over cups of offerings. It tastes reheated, it's the odd flavors, that's the worth. Best is cooking it up, all in the plain t-shirt, darn right. I'm Rocky Mountain High, ask around about my stage dives. No crime to the free climb, then I close my eyes, it's a beehive. Honey lover, stung by those little fuckers, you got the time, bruv. Eugene lasting to the center, Tootsie Pop sucker. Cannot be tamed, imagine Rucker. I checked the map in the cracked rear view. All I had was a flip on it with 48 from the golden age and an MPC that I clung dear to. I made a quip about some tragic shit, had to cackle with the casket closed. Timing was perfect, I'm Dana Carvey on 9/11, on with the show. In the skies all the way up to heaven. Pick out the peas, please, I'm such a disease. Yo, I wheeze every day of the week. Born to persist with 4 big flicks in the mist. Keep your mix squeeb, man, my tricks have their own twist. Out of the box, way before Koch. I said it was stone soup and I made it with rocks. For your health, pioneers of the search bars, straight and pelts. I know your assholes, yeah, I saw the name on your belt. To the backside, I'm with you till the denim die. No lie, worn out, straight hip, 10, I thought the calves poked and ankle road. Remember me, send the old pipes up the pole, salute.
I'm finally thinking of hanging up my boots. Probably relinquish all I know and face an ugly truth. I'll have to make an honest living out of nuts and bolts. Tailor-fitted monkey suit, ramen brick and struggle soup. And everyone I know is so irresolute. Stuck in between I love you too and I don't fuck with you. I should get up and move, perfecting every intricacy to his duck and shoot. Misery and hot pursuit, I've got a job to do. I'll probably bear it till I perish, in honor of the diabolical biz. I never bothered with the popular clicks. Honest to God, I never bought the philosophical pitch. Throwing caution to wind, built a solid domicile out of popsicle sticks around the block from where you polish your grift. And every lunar month I turn to a reclusive grump, fasten the window latch, hammer nail and screw it shut. Hack up mucus, lump swallow computer buffs. Sit and debate, I'm up awake before the rooster clucks. You could say I'm out to lunch, but I ain't ate in months. It takes a village, I'll orchestrate the communal hunt. And as of late I only ruminate and chew the cud. I'm not immune to the worry meant of producing duds. The glitterati serves illusion and polluted punch. It's nothing new to us.
All my life I've been considered as not the best. First things first, man. You fucking with the worst. Wait, it gets all my life I've been considered as not the best. First things first, man. You fucking with the worst. Wait, it gets worse.
Might have lost a lot of people when I found myself. Is this a drama or comedy? Only time will tell. So rock with me if you don't mind that your mind will melt. I'm not about to buy and sell. I need a wider shell. I need advice on the key of life and a flight from hell. I'll keep an eye on that beam of life from Orion's belt and seek a higher self. Don't be averse to remind yourself how the fire felt. Supreme clientele. I'm hired help. I'm a worker being peon to infinity and beyond. Yo, I live on mystery meat and melange, polar fizz and bits of photosynthesized CMOS. I think I follow every trend to do a detox. Maybe I'm bent on the premise of paying penance or being reborn. Forgive me for the sermon, folks. Someday I'll give up on treading water and learn to float before the curtains close.
All my life I've been considered as work. Not the best. First things first, man. You're fucking with the worst. Wait, it gets all my life I've been considered as work. Not the